Good afternoon. This is the market update for buy sell short for Wednesday, July 10th. Another really boring session, although last 2 hours today was the release of the Fed minutes, and the Fed minutes, if looking at the 15-minute chart, is essentially what caused that 800-point sell-off that we had about 3-4 weeks ago on the Fed meeting. And today we actually got the minutes of those meetings, a little bit more clarification. But, you know, as we know, it all depends on how the market takes it in the morning. We had initially a, 50 point pop going from negative 30 points up to about 40 points on the Fed minute release. And then we had a big sell-off, dropped 70 points from then to go negative 30. Then we bounced back going into the close. So there was a little bit of everything in the Fed minutes to keep pretty much, you know, the bears and the longs clamoring for saying their, story is right. Essentially, what it comes down to is the Fed is not raising rates. They are not cutting back QE. What the Fed, I guess they were split in the decision. Half of them wanted to end or start easing by September. The other half wanted to wait. But essentially, the takeaway is until the jobless rate drops, they are not going to cut back. So, that's all we really care about. Off to the races we go, but, we might have a little bit of chop going into tomorrow. Looking at the 15-minute chart, you can see we are still within this very wide bearish rising wedge, and we've actually flipped into a really narrow wedge right now. Support around 15 to 30 to 40 area going into tomorrow's session. Not really a whole lot of chatter we can say about this. If we look at the daily chart, we have a possible topping chart, but the volume has just been so low, summer doldrum volume. Yesterday, Dow Transports, monster move, and the crazy thing about the Dow Transports yesterday, popped because FedEx, there was a rumor that a hedge fund was setting up a fund to buy shares in FedEx, and all the transportation stocks were up. FedEx was up like 8% at one point. Just more of these insane moves that we are continuing to see in the mega caps, while really the majority of the market just sits back and rests. But, if we look at the Russell, now, the Russell is the small cap, the large cap small caps, the bigger of the small cap stocks, and it has been on a phenomenal move. New all-time highs on the Russell, and this actually bodes very, very well and is very bullish for the other indices. Small caps lead, and we should start to see that money flow downhill. It has still been continues to be a very frustrating market where traders are not interested in buying bottom stocks. They want to chase stocks that are up. And if a stock is breaking out and it's up 10, 15% and it's got volume, they will chase it. If it's down big and the chart looks great, they want to see other traders buy, and we just need to patiently sit and wait through this current market malaise or trader sleepiness. Buyer strike, I guess, is the best word for it. Oil continues to break out, up another couple of bucks, $107 a barrel right now, approaching a really big breakout level, 110. But we are starting to get in the danger zone for crude oil. This is where they start to really rape us at the gas pump. Not that they have not been doing that over the last few months, even when oil was $20 below. Here in San Diego, we're paying $4 plus a gallon, no matter what the hell crude oil is. So this just gives them another excuse to jack the prices up at the pump, and that could hurt retail sales and job hiring and keep us in this current malaise and keep the Fed liquidity pump going. So I guess that's a positive way to look at it. Unfortunately, the oil stocks really are not participating at all. It just seems like momentum traders have gone on vacation right now. Before, in the last couple of times, each of the last years that we've seen oil break $100, we've seen the oil stocks go nutso. Not so this time. It's just crude oil moving. It almost reminds me of when over the last couple of years we saw gold prices rocket and the gold miners just sit there dead and not do anything. So very, very bizarre action. TLT, even though we had the market pop, we had the TLT sell-off. So this continues to sell off. Interest rates continue to spike higher. Very, very bizarre action out there. Market is kind of ignoring it right now, so we could view that as a positive. While we've had this 800-point rally in the Dow, we've had bonds sell off and interest rates spike. So I guess we can view that as a positive as well. But anyway, let's jump into some stock plays. FALC. Failure. This was a try on a pattern yesterday that we did, and it failed. And failed miserably. Kind of disappointing because we had a lot of sell-off stocks ready for a rebound. But as I've said, traders are just not in the mood to chase bottom. We had a great rounded action on this one going into yesterday. It's very, very far. I mean, we're 27% away from the 20-day exponential. Just crazy. But it ended up triggering stops. And in this market where traders will only chase crap that's up big, we've got to adhere to stops and sit back. I mean, I fully expect this stock to reverse and go boom one of these days in the next week or so. Just you watch. But, you know, we've got to trade with discipline, and this pattern did not work out for us, so we're going to have to watch. We probably needed to see more of a rounding action. And the sad thing is, the fact that I actually call this as a buy yesterday, the fact that it did not buy, trader sold. And the selling was probably more stronger, for lack of a better word, than it would have been if I'd left this alone or just bought it myself and not posted on it. And that's the sad thing regarding this market right now. We have, however, had some nice little movers. ASTI, monster move over the last couple of days. Big, 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 big news yesterday after hours from this stock. Traded as high as $1.48, but opened down today and was getting pounded by the shorts. Let's see if the shorts pay a little bit higher tomorrow. Let's see if we get a bounce back on this one. It was very, very good news, and the solar stocks did start to bounce late in the day, so let's see if this one can get a bounce recovery tomorrow. DVAX. Very nice move over the last couple of days. 127 breakout watch for tomorrow for a possible move up to a $1.40. Biotech stocks actually doing very, very well. We had a gapper, big gap win, INO yesterday. We jumped into it at $1.10. 155 today. 33% move. Just phenomenal run on this stock, and it just shows you once these biotech stocks get going and the volume really starts to ramp on them, they can just take off. NBS is another one that looks like it could possibly be doing the same thing. NBS, very, very strong throughout the day. Got a big break through that 60 cents resistance and 62 cents tomorrow. The 200-day moving average could see a 10 to 15% move there, and the volume is starting to ramp up on this one as well, and could be a very nice little play over the next couple of days. PGRX has been disappointing, but we got some positive hope yesterday. Company's holding an analyst/investor meeting at Club 21 in New York on July 22nd, I believe. You do not spend that kind of money renting a place like that to release bad news. In the report, they said they would be releasing feasibility results, and late in the day today, within the last minute, 400,000 shares crossed on a buying spurt, someone chasing it all the way up to 9.8 cents, and then of course on the bell they painted it closed at 8.2 cents. Possibly a little bit of a news leak. This has been a very, very, very leaky market. I'm assuming the news has been released, and we're probably going to see it within the next day or two. So let's see if that proves to be the case. If it is, we could see some nice upside action on this stock. Last but not least, QRM, rare earth stock. Last time the rare earth stocks broke out like they are right now, this stock went up 75% and just took off when it broke that 55 cent area. Went as high as 72 cents, dipped 73 cents, has retreated, consolidated, and then big breakout today on very nice volume over the last couple of days. We've got RSI up through 50, Stochastics look fantastic. Money flow is about to go positive. And as you can see, the other rare earth stocks like MCP, boom. REE, boom. AVL, let's look at that chart. Boom. So one by one, these have been going boom. And it looks like QRM is about to join the party. 70 cents is the target on this one. So that's it for the video. Not playing a whole lot of plays right now. Gapper plays actually seem to be working pretty nicely. You know, it goes along with the theme that traders want to chase stocks that are up. But we've got some nice breakout setups going into tomorrow. Let's see what they give us. Any questions, shoot me an email, feedback, buysellshort.com. Otherwise, I will see you guys in the chat room tomorrow. Have a great night.